So if you want to see how I made Nat's Thai flavoured Scotched egg, keep on watching. FYI, she was the winner of MasterChef 2024. Okay, to start off, we've got to char these off to make the Num Prig Noom. I probably pronounced that wrong. Okay, this is the only gas hob that I got, so... Okay, as you can see, I've got them all blackened off, and I've just had them sitting in this container for about 5 minutes or so. Now, should be easy just to peel the skins off, just like that. And once you're done, you're gonna pop them in your little mini food processor, and then we'll put in the other ingredients. Alright, also to the food processor, we're gonna add some lime juice, some fish sauce, and some sugar. Now we bang the lid on and blend it to a salsa-like consistency. Obviously, give the sides a bit of a scrape halfway through. Once you've got the consistency you're looking for, you want to give it a little taste. Woo! That's got a kick to it. Okay, we're going to transfer this into another container and we'll crack on with the next step. Oh, that's good. I like it. Okay, next thing you got to do, I got some salted water here that I brought to a boil. Now I'm just going to lower my eggs in. Now I'm going to add an extra egg just in case the peeling process doesn't go as smoothly as I hope for. After 6.5 minutes, you want to remove your eggs to an ice bath. And you want to let them chill out in here for around 5 minutes or so. Make sure you stop that cooking process. Since I cooked an extra egg, and this is the worst one because I didn't peel properly, I can see here now that the yolk looks very cooked. So I'm just going to cut it in half, and if it's not oozing, then I'm going to recook the eggs for less time. That actually looks pretty good. So I'm not going to recook the eggs. I'm going to carry on with these ones because that looks pretty good to me. Okay, to make the Thai sausage, you're going to put all your spices and ingredients here, except the mince, into a little mini food processor. As always, all the correct amounts of ingredients will be on the website traditionalbutnot.com, and we'll link the 10-play recipe as well. Once you get it all in there, we're going to blend this up into a nice smooth paste. Don't forget to scrape down the sides halfway through. Make sure you get all that nicely blended up. Okay, once you got your paste all broken down, you're going to add it to your pork. Now I couldn't find any pork fat or straight pork mince for that matter, considering it's summertime here in Austria, and all the butchers went on holiday. So I'm having a bit of a hard time, so I had to go to the supermarket and get this stuff. But regardless, I think it's going to work out all right. So once you get it all in the bowl, you just want to work it in and get all that meat and spices incorporated. Okay, next, we're going to make some mayonnaise. So I'm just going to bung all the ingredients into my immersion blender here, which I've already got the oil and the egg in there. Okay, once you got all the ingredients in, stick your immersion blender in, and then as we turn it on, we're going to slowly draw it up, and it'll turn into a nice thick mayonnaise. So when I make mayonnaise, I usually add a little bit more oil, make it a little bit thicker, but I think for this application, that looks like the right consistency. But if you want it thicker, just add a touch more oil and get that emulsified in, and it'll thicken it up nicely. Or add a little bit of water, and that'll thin it out. Okay, I've portioned out the meat into 5 equal bowls. Now, in the recipe, she says to put some parchment paper down to roll this out to get it nice and even, but I'm feeling a bit daring today. I'm just going to do it by hand. Now, I do have some cling film down just so it doesn't stick to the board too much, but you just want to flatten this out nice and even. Looks good. You want to grab one of your googly eggs, you want to put that up, and then using the cling film, you want to pick this up and you want to form it around the egg so it's nice and even. Now, there's no rush to do this. Just take your time and make sure it's in a nice even layer all around the egg. So once you go to cook it, it'll cook evenly. Once you've got it nicely covered and all your seams are sealed up, carry on, cover the rest. I got my breading station set up here. I got some eggs beaten up with a little bit of water just to make them super runny. Got some all-purpose flour. I got some panko breadcrumbs. I'm just going to sprinkle in some julienne lime leaves, and we'll give it a little bit of black pepper. So we'll give this a bit of a mix through, and then we'll get the breading. I'm just going to give them a final shape to make sure they, look good when the final product hits the plate. So, as always with this type of breading setup, flour first, nicely coated, and then just go back and forth between the hands to get off any excess. Then we're going to go into the egg, get that all zhushed around, nicely coated. Then we're going to drip off the excess, and then into the panko. And I'm going to make sure we get this nicely coated in the panko. Don't be afraid to give this a nice little squeeze to make sure the panko sticks to the egg here. Alright, once you got it nicely coated like this, I'm going to go ahead and do the rest. So I've already got my deep fryer up to 170 degrees. I'm going to drop in the Scotched eggs. Alright, once they're finished cooking, I'm just going to hit them with a little bit of salt, straight out of the fryer. They're cooking for 5.5 minutes, by the way. You just want to let them rest for about 5 minutes. Let's see if I didn't screw it up and I got this runny yolk. Oh yeah, nice and gooey, just how it should be. Get a little of this sauce on the side here, a little bit more of the mayo. The spice level, and this little number right here, spot on. I love eating Scotched eggs, especially when it comes out with this nice gooey centre. And the Thai flavour, it just works.